is Lisa from lisamhays.com. I am your love whisperer, here with Bella and Pugly in the background. Today I want to talk about how to stop fighting in a relationship. I've gotten a lot of email inquiries lately about cycles of fighting or bad periods of fighting, or just generally how to bring peace back into a loving relationship where fighting has really become the norm and not the exception. And I think every situation is really independent. There are a lot of answers to this question. But I think the most, or I know, I won't say I think, I know the most certain way to break the cycle of fighting is to make a hard, fast rule for yourself to stop blaming. Fighting is always fueled by what the other person is doing wrong or what the other person thinks is going wrong. Fighting is always that unhappiness has a very, very, very consistent and predictable element of blame. Anytime you say to another person, you're doing, you make me feel, you don't do enough of, you aren't doing, that projection of power to the other person is really, really tangible. If you want to break the cycle of fighting, refuse, just practice for a day, for 2 days, refuse to blame. Refuse to make the other person responsible for anything at all, and take full and total responsibility for yourself and your feelings. That doesn't mean that the other person's behavior is always appropriate, but even when it is inappropriate, you're still responsible for how you interpret it, for putting up with it, for how you navigate around it. Stopping the blame game is effective, it's immediate, it's instant, and it puts your focus right back on you and how you feel and how you manage your emotions and manage your situation in a way that is transformative when you really get it. It's not easy. I'm not deluded here. I know that it is a difficult thing to give up, that refusing to blame requires a tremendous amount of effort and a lot of practice, which is why I say 1 day at a time. But if today you want to stop the conflict in your relationship, you can do it by refusing to blame and possibly refusing to accept responsibility for somebody else's happiness. It's kind of a different topic. But I really think that we have much more power and control than we think we do when we are in a cycle of disagreeing and conflict in a relationship, because it does take two to tango. And if you're taking responsibility for yourself and your feelings and what you're living with, the conflict can't happen. So for today, and maybe just today only, practice with this concept. Refuse to blame someone else for how you feel or what's going on. Nothing is really happening to you. It's more like what you're doing to yourself or what you're allowing for yourself in your own life. And when you grasp that concept, you get all your power back. So the effort is worth it. So, thank you for watching. Bella Bear in the background. Mr. Pugly and I. We thank you for joining us.